Hey, my name is Tarun, co-founder of DLYogLab. We all use open source software, especially for the startup. We need to focus on innovation. But along with the innovation, we need to also make sure we are compliant and not infringing anyone's IP, especially in terms of copyright and trademark and of course patent as well. Especially if you're using any GitHub repo which is free, it doesn't mean it doesn't have any copyright violation. You can still use somebody else's trademark and infringe it, and later you can have a legal consequences. So to avoid that, we built a tool called DLYogIPChecker, which can give a peace of mind for the developer so that they can innovate peacefully. And of course, a disclaimer, this is not a legal advice.
DLYogIPChecker. Scan your project code and generate reports on potential IP violation risks.
Hey, let's see how this CLI tool works in action. So you can clone the repo in your VS Code, and once you clone the repo, you will be seeing a CLI tool, the DLYogIPChecker. All you need to do is use Python and then the IP-checker file and then give the project location. And once you do that, what it's going to do, it's going to zip all the file and put into an S3 bucket. And then that will trigger an event, which will then actually call the Lambda function. And you will see here is that we're using our AWX CLI command to see the Lambda function in action. You are seeing that once the Lambda function got triggered, it is calling the Perplexity Sonar API, which is doing a real-time IP analysis. That means it's checking each and every file of the code has been submitted, whether it has any potential trademark, copyright, or IP violation, capturing that analysis and sending back to the Lambda API. So it depends on how many files are there, and then eventually Lambda is going to aggregate the entire result and create a beautiful report and send it to the user email address. Currently, for the security purpose, it's restricted to the email address which is set in the GitHub secrets of the repo, and at the time of deployment of the Lambda, we push this information as an environment variable to the Lambda. That's how it works. So let's wait. You see that it's taking some time, which is normal, and we have a plan to extend this, and now you see that the Lambda processing has been completed, and you are seeing that the report has been generated and sent to the email address, and user can instantly check each and every file, what is the potential. Most of the thing in this case, there is no issue with the copyright, but it gives a peace of mind for the developer. Hey, what we are seeing here, that DLYogLab IPChecker open source GitHub repo, which we already shared. So the way repo is structured is it is completely automated through infrastructure as a code. So you have two GitHub action workflow. One is to create the infrastructure. We have named it sequentially. The number one is which is create the S3 bucket, apply the appropriate policies, and add the triggers so that when you push the file into bucket, it will call the Lambda function. And the second workflow file is basically deploying the Lambda functions, and also it has passed all the required environment variables. And we configured those through GitHub secrets, because these are secrets like AWS keys, then Perplexity API key, your SMTP server details. Once you configure, it's very seamless. So judges can easily reproduce that. They can clone the repo, attach a GitHub self-hosted runner, and then configure all these things. We tested with self-hosted runner. You can use GitHub runner, but you need to then edit the workflow runner file. That's it.